If he's LFT, guys. I hope he lands there somewhere. Anyway, yeah, there's gonna be Soul Infernal, Tracer Sombra. So they're not gonna lock in the Echo, but as I suspected, Becky will.
Yeah, plenty of defensive areas to play from here for Becky. Loads of free poke to have from the high ground. It's more difficult for Sombra to access that. You've got to spend significant time setting up here at the Soul Infernal with some more lateral DPS like the Tracer and Sombra.
So a lot of early work needed to be done here in terms of positioning to allow the dive to actually take place. And part of that is Emily and Zed sitting on the back line, but I don't think they were able to connect that together with Mag and the connection was nicely on the arc. They probably won't get a bit of jump available. Jump away safely.
Yeah, Pantera are constantly in this loop of just putting pressure on Soul Infernal so that Soul can't comfortably set up that dive and allow for Mag to have a free timing onto that back line. Now Zest caught down on the low ground. Escape is going to be fairly easy with those blinks in and out. Becky just bullies away Mag.
Ultimate should be coming online shortly. Develop leading skewed slightly at this point, but both largely the same. Nano for Nano trade, both Arpin and Mag to receive. Mag's doing a lot of damage, though. It's very likely that Mag farms the Primal off this Nano once it does become used. Could be a bit of a difference maker in the next fight, but actually the first ultimate's going to be defeated, so that's interesting.
Oh, Mag idea to use the Primal, couldn't receive Banana, but the LOS was too hard. Arpen so low. Develop, does he want to try and use it? Yes, indeed, they're going to invest, but actually, it's going to hit Slay. Or rather, it's going to hit Arpen. Slay has to use the rally to stay in this fight. Much help to try and work with, but those constant procs on the Inspire are going to slowly build it back up.
Nice.
Zest goes for a stick. Decimates some of Arpen's health, but not enough to remove him from this. A lovely pickup of the mini pack, and Arpen's good to go again. It's nice in the backline now. Looking to try and turn this around. It's been a huge investment for Soul Infernal. 4 ultimates already used, only MN3 remains. You ain't going nowhere, son! Arpen says, I don't have your exit clause in a contract, mate. You're locked in for life.
He did have to spend a Primal for that one, but he made it look good. A little bit of Primal juggling on the opposing main tank. That'll be something Mag will remember for the next fight. EMP now going to be the tool for the subsequent fight, and MN3 already positioned for that. He likely is not going to reveal himself. He actually got 2 ticks in the situation as well. He might have just been spotted there. In either case, with translocating away, he loses his positioning on the backline, which is a bit of a sore point for him. And he'll have to set that one up again for Soul Infernal to actually get this dive.
69% thus far, Soul Infernal. It's been a nice attempt,
Spotted
but
again.
nice ain't enough.
Damn.
God, the scouts are just so strong, and it just kills the Soul Infernal momentum. They're doing so much to try and get Zest on this fight.
And Thera got the UAV. He got 3 kills in a row.
They do. They've got the drones, man. Here.
He just went world class development.
Yeah, just moves on by. Very rare place for a fight to actually happen. The duplicate here on the Ana. It's crazy from Becky. Doesn't get themselves a Nano. Now, this is not going to be the most effective usage of the Nano, but it does at least keep Fixer alive. Skew decides to go for that one. EMP as well. It's a big investment from Soul Infernal, but they're done messing around here on point A. They wish to enter the streets.
Defended by Skewed and Fixer. I mean, they got assaulted upon by 2 members, including Arpen. As Becky duplicating onto the Ana as well. I mean, I think the duplicate was basically in response to the fact that he was kind of dying there, but got taken out of the dupe and then killed by Skewed, and that was just a 2-man play between the 2 supports. And I don't want to say they countered Becky and Arpen, but they certainly were able to win that trade. And meanwhile, MN3 on the point finally deploys an EMP, catches 2, and it's enough to win the cap. So Infernal, they'll get there eventually. Not a lot of time left, but still competitive enough. No kill into Becky here, but lots of free pushing in any case.
A little bit easier maybe for Zest to try and make some moves onto the high ground now. There's more coverage, means to get in. This is a hack here, so it's not going to be ideal. Zest also going to miss his bomb. It goes down towards the bottom, and no one's there to receive it. It's so low. Still, cookies should be delivered to the bakery. Open for business, and Slay, who do be cooking.
These cookies are made of them. They're created there.
Yeah.
To the...
on the cookie tree.
Yeah, you picked off the tree. That's correct.
Freshly grown.
They should stay alive here. Both Primal and Nano available from Pantera. They could also just back out. Depends how much space they want to lose, and that is going to end up being the call to back away, allow the payload to push freely. This also, by the way, allows MN3 to walk up and put himself in position for an EMP.
Rally. Now it's Slay who has to go down and try and fight on the point. The rally going to soon expire, and getting onto his point is going to be real difficult to Arpen from the back, but they can't touch the point in time. Oh, Panthera. Big dreams, but in the end, little gains.
It was Arpen as well. He was no one touched, but Arpen at the primal, he was trying to go. He was maybe off by half a second, and sometimes that's all it takes. They had the ability to stay further in. I mean, the primal was basically running out, sure, but Nano and Duplication were available. At minimum, I think we forced EMP to allow you to defend C point with a lot more ease. Now MN3 can basically deploy on the backline here. He's got basically a couple of targets. He can go for either of the supports, maybe both. The problem is he won't be able to link up with Zest. It's too deep in. Just go for the... No, Zest arrives anyway. Wow. They're not going to kill.
Strong positioning from Durlop. Just plays that corner. Tucks in, thinks thin, and Soul Infernal can't blame their mana, but doesn't stick around to try and fight Slay either. Becky, Duplicate, still here. Arpen might not have much in the way of escape. The body block too strong as Mag just boots him back in. Now all you've got to do is get rid of Nice. The Psyop won't work, man. And he's a psychological warrior.
Nice.
I'm afraid you're going to need... You're going to need more of an intimidation to get past Nice in the morning, my guy.
That actually was the purest psychological warfare I've ever seen. Don't worry, Scooty's got a shot. He can kill a Tracer from long range, that's for sure. Now the Nano's up, and they're in a bit of a bothersome spot here, but Arpen can still get the plan. He needs to live. Arpen desperately needs to live, but he can't. And Becky, he's duped over towards the stop. No, they don't even touch, never mind.
Oh, you got the Translocator on the cart, you can see it just there. Unfortunately, simply no time to take it.
I think they lose anyway.
Yes.
But it does hurt a little bit more to not touch. I think they were going to lose anyway, but it still hurts.
Zest, deathless so far, by the way. Definitely a huge part of why Soul Infernal, even when losing time at the beginning, lost out on a good amount of that heartbreak that was constantly being skirmished upon by Zest and forcing Nice out of those positions.
Now, I like the Echo a lot more than actually defense.
Oh, yeah.
The ability to assault the high ground is way more important than Becky just shooting from high to low in defense. Both are good, but active side is more useful.
Yeah,
and he's playing defensive Sombra as well, so he's going to need a... it's very difficult for him to really get his back on. I don't think Inferno are going to make any aggressive dives here. They're going to wait to play the hack defensively, wait for Arpen and jump in, and second hack after.
Now Arpen just tries to instead get a little bit of progress on the point. Drag back, maybe someone else will try and deal with this. Skew keeps his cool. Keeps the nade on the ground as Mag just going to make sure there's a little more skirmishing for high ground. Keep that attention for a touch longer. Nice definitely needs a heal. I think it's a cookie that's going to be received. And yeah, there's Zest getting his first death thus far. Quick escape from Mags. It's but a flesh wound, so Skew should be able to heal it on up. But re-engagement here, definitely on the cards for Soul Infernal. No, they're gonna call this one.
I think if Mag was a little healthier, a little bit earlier, they would have probably needed MN3 or Zest to be able to go for the touch first, and Mag to follow through. But it's a lot of plays to be alive for Infernal to unfortunately give the point away, and that's a huge time bag as well. Remember that Infernal only had about 3 minutes going to be, and they're over 5, so it's a gigantic gap in terms of how quickly we can bag.
Generation on the EMP. He noted on the exit, but you know, we developed on top of things there. Playing such a safe position, Mag no need to get the healing, didn't have LOS for Nano to be delivered. Soul Infernal, now without a tank, they're going to be losing huge amounts of space and drones. Hello.
EMP. So no Nano, unfortunately. Development might not have had the LOS, and that is one of the times that they'll be able to catch Arpen, no Primal. It should have been a risky play from MN3 considering the existence of the Nano, but no idea what development was in that play. Okay, so Infernal trying to hold this one back.
Intimidating Becky so much. He's so scared, and there's every reason why you should be. Oh, that is an MVP candidate right there. He wanted the duplicate, but hey, Zest has got the schmooze.
Yeah.
Keeps out of the LOS. One we got
so
right
again,
now, bro.
It's another kill coming through from Soul Infernal. Just pushing Panthera back, just reducing the time. It's important because noted the basically 2-minute gap that Panthera have in terms of advantage. There's still a lot of ultimates up there. Primal's gone, Pulse gone, EMP gone. Now Panthera's still on 4. Starting to get some distance again. I can see them really capping on this push.
And a slow game for Nanos. Meticulous, looking for maximum value, or at least the ability to potentially save your Winston. They're already straight up into the back. Becky actually receives it. What a sleep! There's no way Skewed is a magician! This guy's a wizard! It's Skewed the Grey. but he's got all the powers of post-Balrog battle. Becky wants revenge onto Zestier. You stuck me before, you didn't let the duplicate happen. I'll try and chase you out here. It's even more sleeps, but no touches coming through. Does Panthera get enough space, even while they catch Becky napping?
Well, that's the thing, even with Becky down for a wee while and Skew hitting a really nice sleep dart, the rest of Panthera just have such a high amount of ultimates to play in. Doesn't really make too much of a difference. Double support ult has been thrown in there. Arpen diving in deep with Becky, taking space, and the payload was already basically at camera, so a difficult defense for the Infernal to muster against. They would have needed to get some frags, but I think they got a single one. They'll have to do a little bit of pressure here. Looking to die. Yep, certainly. And the other support as well to follow.
You want to die? I know someone who can help you out. Yes. Brutal when it comes to those.
One.
Yeah, managed to pick up the Mega just about. And let's have a quick look at this time back. 4 minutes for Panthera, but they are going to get kind of stuck in the weeds now. It's going to be difficult to try and dislodge Zest from this Hydra move again for a 1v2 with both Becky and Nice.
Well, you got to get past some of these good defensive ultimates in the EMP and the Nano, so Pulse is gone, but that was the free ultimate you'll get. I think he managed to still fly away slightly as he gets hacked in there. All of this is still slow down though, so the fact that MN3 just holds the EMP over Panthera without committing just yet, forcing Panthera back with just manual hack, it's lost time. No payload push.
They want Arpen, and they get him. Didn't even need to hit the anti there. More than enough to just get that Sombra damage through, and now the cleanup. It's demanded, and Mag is ready to answer to them.
Oh, that is nice
in
sleep.
the corner. Beautiful sleep. I'm afraid you're going off the map though, bud. Wait, hold up. Grippy toes on the side, but they're not enough.
Mag is trying to take his anger on to develop the same anger he had for MCD in his previous match. The 3 minutes now, so it's definitely getting more difficult for Panthera. At the same time, though, they're once again building up a huge bank of ultimates that get to the end with. The only issue now is that their distance is not as good as it was on B at the same position when they had the ultimates. It's 5 ults, so something has to happen. They have to have a big fight now. But even if they win this, I think there's another fight ahead just based on the positional payload.
Critical mass of energy here for Panthera. But can they find their Oppenheimer moment? For now, playing defensively on both sides, but makes a vertical exit instead. It's well considered Max here just to try and plug up the gaps. It's going to get isolated now by the Primal Rage, but still there's LOS for the Nano. Plenty of resistance to the damage. Vixer decimated even through the rally. Rally to me, yeah, don't mind if we all do. We'll be very happy to. 3-on-1 Panthera. They have the cleanliness with their dives. They're calling the targets well, but Mag's got plenty of HP on the other side, and Zest can come back in with a pulse bomb. Onto Sleer, onto Develop would be ideal, but now just has to concern himself with touching the car instead. There's only a meter to go. What a stick coming through from Nice, but he's already dead at the hands of other stickies. So much adhesive, so much explosive, but in the end there's no gorilla to be seen. MN3 uses the EMP, and while he does die during it, might well be enough for Zest to try and find himself some magic. Vixer stuck to the car with glue, a brick stick, all the adhesive. What a crazy fight.
Pixel was nearly dead as well, just had the shield up in time to be able to block out the damage from the focusing beam, and if it wasn't for that, would have been drilled down by Becky, the EMP coming in to save them. It's Arpen down. Panthera, oh, that should have been the cap, but now they might not cap at all. Time is really bad for them now. Payload is slipping backwards. They don't really have anything coming online. But yeah, okay, the Nano is about to be there. That'll probably happen. Hopefully in the next 30 seconds. Turn off delay tools. They got the Primal again, so Mag can just sit on payload, not at risk of dying. This is definitely going to the OT.
Mag catches this boat and got up towards the Nano as well. Just playing it slowly. No need to overextend into Panthera, get themselves slept. MN3 noted, but already fallen. That's going to make the start a little bit harder. As you said, it's Mag's responsibility now with the Primal Rage. Arpen just forcing Vixer out of this zone, hiding away inside. It's going to be easy to stay alive. And we'll slay down as well. He's done.
I mean, the whole map might be done now. It's 20 seconds. It's Nice alive. He's going to have to be. He'll have to go for the touch. No one else can really do it. Man, Panthera, they were really looking for the win. They were hunting for it. And guess what? Someone fell settled for plus possibility of maybe even find the Nano. If can they get Becky, he'll die before the dupe again. No, he'll finally get the dupe on a Sombra. Again, they need to go for this touch, and has to come down and Nice will get with the stick as well. Ooh, that's not bad.
without survive, so Zorali gives him the HP that he needs. Arpen pops the Primal Rage, and yes, he's got access to his backline, but also has to moderate that with touching the cart. The EMP comes through from Becky, finally at the end of the duplicate, but MN3's got one of his own. Assists are aplenty and kills even more.